Thank you, Chairman Davison and Ranking Member Beatty for holding today's hearing. Thank you, witnesses, for joining us. Foreign direct investment has been a key part of making America one of the greatest countries in the world, and it has ensured the Americans remain employed, and FDI related employments in the United States is really highest in the state of California, with 15% related to that. And I just appreciate the FDIs coming into our country, but we also want to also ensure that our FDIs, American direct investments going over abroad, is also protected. But none of that could occur without the balanced role that the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States plays in shielding national security while still facilitating our foreign investment. So first question to you, Mr. Joseph Love. For those who have not gone through that CFIUS process, could you detail how that process works and how and what kind of information companies are expected to provide?
Thank you. Yes, the process usually starts at the very earliest stages of a transaction, of a cross-border transaction, with the parties thinking about whether their transaction would be within the jurisdiction of CFIUS. If so, whether it would trigger a mandatory filing requirement, or if the parties are at liberty to choose whether to file voluntarily. And then ultimately, they have to think about, will their transaction likely raise national security concerns? If they do file with CFIUS, either because they have to or because they've chosen to do so voluntarily, the committee requires a wide range of information from both the foreign investor and the U.S. business. That information on the foreign investor side touches on, who are the ultimate owners of the company, what's their business, where are they located, what connections do they have to other countries. On the U.S. business side, it looks at what type of technology do they have government contracts, where are their facilities located, a whole range of information on both sides trying to get at this question of, does a national security concern arise from the transaction?
Thank you. I want to do a follow-up question to you, Mr. Sanford, and ask if, what do you see the known investor pilot program fitting into the CFIUS mandate of balancing national security while securing the greater investments from our allies and partners?
Thank you for that question, Congresswoman. I think that this has tremendous potential. That was one of the facets of FIRMA when it was passed in 2018, was to create a mechanism for those that are frequent filers of CFIUS to be able to expedite the process. There have been a couple of iterations on that. This proposal, I think, is still being worked through in terms of what it will look like, but I think anything we can do to ensure that resources are used efficiently, that is to say that CFIUS is focused on the highest risk transactions and where you have well-established, well-known investors, frequent investors, that those can be handled efficiently.
Improvements like that known investment program are what we need to continue to see CFIUS to ensure the strong foreign investments in national security. But I fear that under the previous administration, we saw the mission of CFIUS thrown into the side, and instead the committee was close to becoming a political tool. So how does U.S. become less competitive for foreign investments? The CFIUS, when CFIUS become a political tool?
Well, there's no doubt that the world watches what happens with CFIUS reviews, and I think you're referencing the Nippon Steel, U.S. Steel acquisition. That was a situation where you had a well-known investor, company that's operating in the United States, from our largest country investing in, Japan, a country with whom we have a mutual defense treaty. And so I think that deal was largely handled outside of the CFIUS process, where you had the previous administration weighing in prior to a formal review taking place.
Thank you. I do want to make last comment and highlight the outbound investment security program. When President Xi Jinping first rose to power in China, he stated that the CCP's foundation within the private sector was weak, and he outlined an economic philosophy where private sector existed to carry out the party's work and enhance the party's philosophy. So I just wanted to, point that out because in 2017, nearly 3/4 of private enterprises had an established CCP cell, and by 2021, the CCP achieved complete coverage of all 500 of the nation's largest firms. So as we consider investment security, it is important that we not just look at the investment dollars that are coming into America, but also the dollars going out to China. So
Gentlelady's time is
I just wanted to make that point, and thank you so much for allowing me to go over time, and I yield back.